Hello, this is Mary with Mango Math, and this is a lesson out of our Money Matters kit called Coin a Phrase, and it's teaching students to skip count by currency amounts. So we're going to start with 100s, 25s, 10s, 5s, and 1s, and work into understanding dollars, 25 cents, 10 cents, 50 cents, and so on. So I'm trying to get students to understand skip counting on currency amounts. The information on the front of the sheet will explain that to you, and the directions on the back will be what the students do. Now, the first time through, you might have to have a supervision by the adult, and you can do this with as many students as you want to. I'm just going to show with 4 students. Now, in this kit is a dice, and you might want to start with just the teacher rolling the dice, or the instructor there being the one who's in charge of rolling the dice. Eventually the students can roll their own dice, but it's a way of determining what's going to happen. So if you roll a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 5, kids are going to continue counting in the number that you started with. If you roll a 1 or a 6, you're going to change the amount by which they're counting by. And you're going to start with 100, or if you want to, you can start with $1 based on where the student's at. You're going to then change it to 50 or 50 cents. You're going to change it from there to 25 or 25 cents on the next change. And then you're going to go to 10 on the next exchange, or 10 cents. And then the last one being 5, or actually there's one more after that. So it's going to be 5 cents. And sorry, my writing's not great. And finally 1 or 1 cent. All right. So that's the amount that they're going to be counting by. So let's do the first round with using our dollar amount. So the first player is just going to say $1. I'm going to write that in. They're going to say $1. The educator is going to roll the dice, and let's say it came up with a 4. So you're not going to change the currency which we're working with. So the next player is going to say $2. And I want them to add that dollar amount saying $2 in here. The next player is going to say $3 if you rolled something other than a 1 or a 6. And let's say this next player, the roll for this next player is going to be a 1. They rolled a 1. So that means that the amount is going to change to $3.50. That's the amount they're going to count by. And then the next player, I'm going to erase this amount, will say, based on the roll, if it's a roll that's the 2, 3, 4, or 5, they're going to say $4 because we're counting by 50s now. And then this player would say $4.50. So making it more challenging. And now, when you first start playing this game, you can just stick with one of these amounts and just be counting by that. There's no problem with that. So let's say this person in the purple here rolls a 6. And so they have to change the amount. And now we're counting by 25s. So their amount that they're going to say is $4.75, because they're going to add the 25 onto here. The next player, if they didn't roll the 1 or a 6, is going to say $5, because we're counting by 50 cents or 25 cents. So if you get the understanding of that, I'm trying to get kids to count by currency amounts and skip count by those, and also add on from there. Start counting from the last currency amount. So it does take some adults at the beginning to help kids get through this, But as they get an understanding of this game, then they can play it without an adult supervision. Or you can have an older child who keeps track to make sure that everybody's saying the correct dollar amount. But it's a really great game to get kids to understand skip counting and how that relates to money. So enjoy.